Hi, I'm Bet from Bet's Makes, and today we're going to learn how to deboss without having a maker and without having the debossing tool by using the scoring stylus for your Air 2 or the rotary scoring wheel on your maker. So let's get going. Let's start a new project. And for this, we're going to just take a square, we're going to make a card, and we're going to be able to do some debossing and some decorating with it. It is really easy to do. Generally, what I do is I have it draw on my card and then I deboss it to give it some shape. So let's get started with this. Let's start with some shapes. We're going to make a card. So let's start with our square. Let's change the color to gold. I'm going to unlock it and I'm going to give it a size of 11 inches, which means it's 5 by 5, 5.5. And the next thing we're going to do is lock that into place. And of course I need a score line, and that has to be a score line up here. The height has to be 5.5. That's the same height as this. And then we're going to take the two of them together. We're going to align them center horizontally and center vertically. And right now I'm just going to group them. Actually, I can attach them, but I will group them for now because we're going to work on this card. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see what we're doing. So what we want to do here is put something on the front of this card, but we want to deboss it so it looks a lot better. And we're going to start by uploading a shape. Now it can be any shape that you want. So I found this butterfly, and it could be anything you want. It is an SVG file, so right now it is set to cut. I'm going to need several copies of it because I want to be able to deboss, and I also want to draw right over top of it. So let's start. Let's make this a purple. And what we're going to do here is now I'm going to size it fairly large because I want it to take over all of the front of my card, so it's going to look really incredible. Now I'm going to change it from cut to draw. And it's going to draw all these outside edges all the way around. Perfect. It's exactly what I want. It looks a little centered here. I'm going to center it up and down. So let's align this. And we want to center it vertically. Perfect. Now, the biggest thing here, that is going to be a draw. I don't have any problem with what that's going to happen here, but the thing is we want to have not only have it draw, but we want to deboss it without a debossing tool. So you're going to use the stylus for your Air 2 or the rotary scoring wheel when it comes to your maker. And so what we need to do now is it has to go several times. And that's so when it goes over it and over it, it gets a deeper and deeper groove. So I like to push it down at least 4 times. So we know exactly that we need 3 more copies. No, actually we want 4 copies of our butterfly. So we're going to duplicate it 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Now we want to make sure that they all fit on top of each other. So once again, I'm going to select all of those. I'm going to come up here to align. And I want to center them vertically. And that looks pretty good. But the biggest problem now is I can't center them coming across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all. Should have them all, and I'm going to center them going the other way. I'm not selecting the card behind it, so we're going to do horizontally. And I am going to have to move it a bit just to get it more centered this way, but we know up and down we're just fine. So what's going to happen is we want the draw on top, and we want the 4 other layers, and I'm just going to select them. We want them to be scores. You'll notice the scores are all on top. So we have a draw, and then we have 4 scores. Now, the way the Cricut does it, it'll probably draw it first and then it'll score it. That doesn't make any difference. What I try to do is use a fine tip pen in order to do that. You could try some of your gel pens. You want something that's pretty quick drying because it's going to score it almost immediately after that. So you want something that's quick unless you want to pause your machine. That's the only thing that you want to do on this. So let's select all of this together, every single thing, and we are going to attach it. So let's give this one a shot. I'm going to save it as Deboss with Stylus. And this is a lesson for me. And we'll save it. Let's go ahead and make it. So notice this time it's going to score first, then draw, then cut. So that is absolutely perfect. And the reason is we put the draw on top in the layers panel. Now I'll just show you that one more time. You see the draw is on top and then the 4 scores. So let's go back and make it again. So what'll happen is you're going to be able to now take this card, have the scoring wheel or the stylus go over it the number of times that you want it to, then it'll draw over top to get into the grooves. This is going to look absolutely fantastic and amazing. So have a lot of fun with this, and until next time, happy crafting.